Pisces, what is happening? I hope you are doing fantastic. Pisces, let's see what's going on with you. What's your energy? So we'll get a card to see what your energy is. We'll see where do you need to refocus your energy, and what do you need to release, and what do you need to embrace. So let's see, what is Pisces energy? Where do they need to refocus their energy? What do they need to release? And what does Pisces need to embrace? Pisces, clear and concise messages for Pisces. Clear and concise messages for Pisces. Clear messages, Pisces. What does Pisces need to know? Card for Pisces energy. Where does Pisces need to refocus their energy? What do they need to release? And what do they need to embrace? Pisces, clear messages for Pisces. Pisces energy. Where does Pisces need to refocus their energy? What do they need to release? And what does Pisces need to embrace? Pisces, bottom of the deck, Queen of Pentacles, okay? Queen of Pentacles could be a little selfish, okay? A little reserved, you know, selfish with your money, with your resources, self-centered, okay? There could be some conflict in the surroundings of some way, okay? I feel here like someone that was deceptive in the past now feels, you know, conflict because in a way you are retracting your energy, okay? But I feel here, right, with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse and a card to represent you, Pisces, as the Five of Cups here. Five of Cups is grief. It's you know, this emotional turmoil, okay? Feeling some sort of loss or not feeling satisfied here in a sense, okay? Let's see, why is the Five of Cups here to represent Pisces energy? Pisces, where you need to, you know, what you need to refocus, okay? The Queen of Swords in the reverse. I feel here that because your energy, wow, the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse popped down again. Okay, because your energy is, you know, the base of how you act and all that stuff is your feelings, right? If you're feeling loss, if you're feeling grief, if you're feeling just this disharmony within inside yourself, it's making you be a little cold, maybe a little bitter, a little resentful, all these feelings coming out, right? And then that's what comes, you know, the self-centeredness type of energy. So, you know, what came to mind right now, it's important to be grateful, right? You know, how do you come out of this this Five of Cups energy? Why are you feeling this? Let's clarify. Let's clarify for Pisces. Why is this Five of Cups here for Pisces energy? Why is the Five of Cups here for Pisces energy? Okay. Okay. Pisces, so it probably has something to do with a fire sign. Could be King of Wands in the reverse, the Emperor in the reverse, and the Ten of Wands in the reverse. So I feel here like you are feeling, Pisces, like you need to drop a burden. You know, something has gotten really heavy. I feel here like you are disappointed and dissatisfied with, you know, someone that is very controlling, very overbearing, you know, only focused upon themselves. That's how you're kind of viewing them. I feel here like you're going through this grieving process because you're in a way releasing, you know, someone that was just all about themselves, very controlling, very bossy, just focused upon work, overly focused, overbearing, just, you know, there's some release there of some sort. Let's see, what else can we get? What is Pisces energy? So many kings here. Okay. So King of Cups in the reverse and then the Seven of Cups in the reverse here. So I feel, Pisces, that, you know, yes, what you are grieving about or feeling some sort of loss about could be this Emperor in the reverse, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. There's just a lot of fire energy here. Okay, or someone that's exhibiting or, you know, demonstrating these types of qualities. But your energy, I feel, is the King of Cups here. You know, you're keeping some sort of distance here. I feel like your emotions, in a sense, they aren't that balance at the moment. I feel like you're working with that, right? Pisces season, you're getting a lot of intuitive intel. And with the Seven of Cups in the reverse, you're seeing things, you're deciphering through all this fuzziness, and you're seeing things clearly, you know, and getting this intuitive insight. And as you're seeing things, you know, you're coming out of confusion. You could, you know, when you see things for how they are, sometimes it can make you sad, you know. But I feel here like you're coming out of confusion, and you are going through some sort of grieving process here about someone that, you know, it was just their way or the highway. So where does Pisces need to refocus their energy? The Queen of Swords in the reverse. Why is the Queen of Swords here in the reverse for what Pisces needs to refocus their energy? Queen of Swords. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Where does Pisces need to refocus their energy? Yet. Okay, Seven of Swords in the reverse and Four of Swords. So I feel, Pisces, where you need to refocus your energy is literally, you know, think of a different approach, okay? Come out of the self-deceptive energy, okay? Look at things from a different perspective, okay? See things differently, okay? Because right now, and Four of Swords, you know, take a break, take some sort of resting period, restoration. If it's a break from someone, a break from, you know, a situation, a scenario, maybe you stop doing some sort of gig or something, and it's, you know, involving some sort of colleagues. But I feel here like you need to take a break to look at things a different way, think of a different approach, okay? And come out of this energy of, you know, this resentful, whatever it's making, you know, whatever this grief is making you feel, it's flowing over into your 3D reality, right? Into how you communicate and how you relate to people, okay? And so, you know, this is just residual baggage that you haven't worked through because there's this grief kind of underlying energy about it. Let's see here. What does Pisces need to release? Nine of Cups in the reverse. It's Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups in the reverse. So a lack of inner satisfaction, a lack of joy. Okay, so a lack of joy, Pisces, you know, some feeling like something was a loss, grieving over something, staying in this state. You know, obviously there isn't satisfaction here in something. Let's clarify. Nine of Cups. King of Pentacles and Two of Wands. One more. Okay. These came down. We're going to leave them for a second. So the first two that popped out were the King of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. So I feel here, Pisces, a couple of things. If it's an energy within yourself, I feel here that what's missing is you know, really deciding and taking control, okay, here, and, you know, is staying in that abundant and prosperous mindset and planning, right? You could be holding yourself back, your own limiting beliefs, staying in this grieving energy and not planning, not making decisions, not moving forward towards stability, towards what's going to be prosperous for you, okay? So that could be the lack of inner satisfaction, is that you're not following your soul's intentions or desires and the nudges that it's telling you. So, you know, of course you're not happy, and this is what you're sitting in, okay? So that could be an underlying energy if it's just for you. If it's with someone else, you could be disappointed or lack of satisfaction because someone, you know, maybe, you know, a boss type of person that has their finances, is good with their finances, or has their stability. This type of person that you could be dealing with is not making any sort of movement, any sort of decision. You know, there isn't any progress in the situation. So I feel here like could be, for some of you, like sitting in an energy of almost waiting for someone, okay? And the Lovers in the reverse, there's an imbalance here, okay? If you're dealing with someone or within yourself, there's some sort of misalignment. So, you know, I feel here like in Pisces, I'm very much looking at this mostly just with an energy within yourself, okay? What you need to release is there, you know, is this lack of making decisions, this lack of planning, playing it safe. You know, there's so much stability, prosperity, abundance available for you, but right now I feel like, you know, the ball's in your court, okay? And I don't feel by any means it's time to drop the ball, Pisces. A lot of you could be in Pisces season wanting to take a break, vacations. I've been looking at, you know, vacations on my phone for the past 3 days. but it's also important to continue to water the seeds and be persistent with whatever you've been working on, so it doesn't delay or you know, you don't block your own blessings. Let's see, these are the two cards, 10 of Swords and the Chariot. Yeah, because you felt some sort of defeat, okay? If this was in a relationship, if this was in a job, if this was in some sort of venture that you're starting and it didn't go, you know, you felt some sort of defeat. And I feel here like there's, right now, Pisces, with the Chariot in the reverse, you could be, you know, there's a lack of discipline, a lack of motivation, a lack of drive, a lack of taking the reins of your own life. You know, it's like, again, almost limiting yourself in a sense. You know, we're in Pisces season, a lot of intuitive intel's coming down for us, but you know, we could want to escape, overindulge, you know, not look at what's important, kind of, you know, be in this creative, you know, fuzzy energy. So what you need to embrace, the Death in reverse, okay? I'm feeling here, maybe you need to embrace transformation, right? You know, Death in the reverse is stagnation. So I feel here, you know, stagnation is never the answer. So it would be probably its opposite. To embrace, you know, especially with what we've been talking about, change, okay? Don't be so stuck on some certain perspectives. Like, you know, it's interesting, putting this to a very basic example of gaining weight or whatnot. You know, I've always been fit or slender, and you know, I'm cautious of my weight, not for my weight. I really just care about my health because the energy levels and how it makes me feel, right? I love to tackle my day with energy. I don't like to feel like crap because I've been eating candy and all that stuff. But anyhow, it's like, you know, the perspective, yes, you want to be thicker, right? You want to have curves and whatnot, and when you know, not so slender. So it's like, it's the sad kind of leaving, like, oh no, I'm gaining weight, but then feeling good because it's like, yo, I wanted these curves. I look good. I'm getting the attention. This actually works for me. This new weight fits me well. You know, so it's kind of letting go old perspectives and old things of how you expected it to be, and understand that the universe is going to give you something that is truly going to fulfill you. You know, all these expectations are just like boxing you in. So let go of that perspective, you know, and stop making yourself suffer, because that's kind of what's happening here. You're staying, it's a self-sabotaging energy. And I can very much attest to that, you know, Pisces season with the overindulgences, knowing very well what you have to do, but, you know, you're very much at a crossroads. Let's see, why is the Death here for what Pisces needs to embrace? Okay, we're going to take one that flipped out, which was Judgment, and then the other one, which is Strength in the reverse. Pisces, so you need to embrace making a call, okay? You need to embrace making a decision, okay? And doing away with having lack of strength or staying in the stagnant energy, not wanting to transform. You know, make the call here, the judgment call, okay? The decision. The decision. And once you know, get yourself, you make some sort of change, get yourself out of that energy, you know, you're going to, it's going to help here. Because I feel here, Pisces, that, you know, this situation of you not following what it is that you know, you want to do in a sense, I feel here that it's kept the situation stagnant, right? Empress in the reverse, the Three of Pentacles, something wasn't growing. There's a spark here of passion, but only if you follow it, you know, it can lead you to fantastic things. If not, I feel like, you know, we're in a time that if we don't follow our souls, it's quite a transformative time, right? That if we don't follow Ten of Pentacles in the reverse by the Nine of Wands, if we don't follow what it is that we know, we need to do, our soul's innate desires, then we are just going to be in a state of lack of satisfaction, of self-sabotaging, of, you know, being fatigued, exhausted, okay? This is what you're going to be in. Four of Cups, dissatisfaction. If you don't follow Where did it go? We shuffled it back in here. No, it's right here. If you don't follow the judgment, the call that your soul is trying to tell you, right? If you don't follow this inspiration, this is just what it's going to bring. It's going to become heavy, right? When we know we should do something, doesn't a heavy guilt fall on top of us? How you rid yourself is you just do the thing. You make the situation better, like you know in your heart you should, right? So take this judgment, follow this passion, whatever it is. Okay, if not, you know, whatever you think you're avoiding for stability, it isn't going to bring you fun things. It's going to bring you mental conflict. You're going to feel fatigued and exhausted. It isn't going to uplift you, right? When you do something, when you follow your heart, you know, or when you're in love, like, don't you just feel like just airy, limitless, right? I mean, you know, it's like you can get anything done. It's a certain energy. It's like a power boost, power energy boost, okay? So if you follow what Spirit is trying to lead you to, you're going to feel that energy boost. It's going to feel good. If you don't, you're not going to feel good. That's how you know. Let's see. What else for Pisces? Honesty. Is there something under that? There is. Let's see. Honesty, risk. Ooh. So there's a risk involved here. There's obviously a risk involved in you. You know, for some of you, very basic terms, you want to be with, you could be in a relationship right now, okay? You want to be with someone else, but you know, you don't feel like you're stable on your own to be able to move locations. But you know, if you had your own location, then you would be able to be with that other person. You know, it's almost like there's a risk involved in something that you have to do, whatever the scenario may be for you. But you have to be very honest with yourself of why you're doing it. Okay? Be very honest with what brings you fulfillment. Sorry about that. And we also have complicated. Feels like the situation is just complex, risky. What else? One more. One more, and then we'll get some from another deck. What else for Pisces? Pisces, a lot of soul searching. A lot of soul searching. Differences and success. I feel here that although there's a situation is different, it's different than what you're used to, okay? It could feel complicated, it could feel complex. You know, it could be different and out of your comfort zone. I feel like there's success. There's a risk, but there's success, okay? And it's risky. What else? What else do we have here? What else do we have here? Beauty. Self-love and dreams. I feel, Pisces, you know, the self-love here aspect that comes into this, right, is to really acknowledge, you know, loving yourself is really acknowledging what it is that you feel, your emotions, good or bad. I mean, whatever you classify them as, good or bad, you know. But really, self-love is acknowledging what you're feeling. So self-love, Pisces, is acknowledging what you're feeling, you know. Acknowledging your dreams, where you really want to be, what you really want to do, okay? Because I feel here like you're almost sacrificing what it is that you really want to do, and it's keeping you in the state of grief, okay? I feel here like you need to have enough self-love to be honest with yourself and take this risk, okay? It's just complicated, it's different, but success, there's a lot of beauty in it. There's a lot of beauty in this potential endeavor, in this choice. Let's see, what else? It's kind of coming together here. What else for Pisces? Victory and success. Victory. So there's an emphasis. Spirit wants us to know that there's a risk, and you know, it's going to take a lot of self-love to really, you know, follow your heart and do what you know your soul's desire is, and not get boggled down by what seems to be complicated, okay? There's victory. There's victory if you take the judgment call. And it's interesting here because we have transformation in the reverse and what you need to embrace. Okay, we had basically that same card, transformation, which is kind of like the butterfly here, but the death card in the reverse. Okay, what you need to embrace is the transformation here that wants to happen, the death, the renewal, right? There's some sort of transformation, some sort of change, some metamorphosis from one way of being to another. And sometimes that involves actual change in location, you know? One more. And you know what, Pisces? It's tempting. It's tempting to want to stay in what's comfortable. I see this very much in this spread, that it's I knew immediately what this temptation card was speaking to. It's a temptation to stay comfortable in a scenario that is good. Why mess up the good, right? Like why go and go and have to be in this trouble or work extra hard to, you know, but don't fall into this temptation of what's seemingly easy here, Pisces, okay? Your self-love, okay, is you following what your soul's desires are, okay? That's how we slowly die inside, right? When we don't follow our soul's desires. And so we continue to slowly die off. Let's see. Impasse, reflect and redirect your energy. Reflect and redirect your energy. Okay, we're about to get a little deep here because this card is about redirection. Reflect and redirect your energy. Where does Pisces need to redirect their energy? Let's clarify. Where does Pisces need to redirect their energy? Where? Where does Pisces need to redirect their energy to? Where does Pisces need to redirect their energy? King of Wands. Where does Pisces need to redirect their energy? More. Why is the death here? Okay. All right, Pisces, a couple things here. Okay, if you are speaking in regards to yourself, I feel here that, you know, where you need to redirect your energy is really take control, okay? Be the leader of your life, really put plans into action, systems, whatever you need to do to get yourself organized and get yourself on track, okay, Pisces? Another thing, another side note that I was thinking today is, you know, don't get discouraged by how long you think something is going to take. Realize that for a lot of you Pisces, you know, it's almost like the elephant. The elephant takes longer in the gestation process, you know, in growing inside of it, you know, the mother. But, you know, once it's born, it's a more thorough creation, right? Like the brain, I mean, it's such an empathetic, you know, so things take longer that are greater. Point being to say all that is that, you know, don't think that it's going to be slow progress. I feel like the beginning has been slow, but I feel like things are going to speed up rapidly, and I feel like you're going to kind of, you know, get so far in advance, almost like skip some steps. So, you know, don't get discouraged by the time or what seems complex, or you have so much to do. Be the leader. Take control of your life, Pisces. You know, put plans into action here, okay? I do feel that it's a time to end, you know, any of this self-sabotaging energy, okay, that you're mentally putting yourself through and whatnot, and really use your intuition, Pisces, okay, in order to Ace of Swords, start some new beginning, breakthrough, okay, diligence in something, you know, a new path, a new way of being where you are, you know, putting effort and, you know, the truth here. There's some sort of breakthrough in something, okay? If you're dealing with a person, oh, the other part of the card that popped out, Temperance, okay? A lot of fire energy here, Temperance, balance. So it's balance yourself out, take control of your life. But if you're dealing with someone, it could be to balance out the situation with the fire sign. Use your intuition. Maybe it is telling you to end it and to start new elsewhere. Maybe it's asking you to, you know, a phase in your relationship with this fire sign ended and it's time for a new chapter, okay? So it's going to be different for a lot of you here, but it's definitely a time to reflect and redirect your energy, okay? More importantly, I feel from a mindset type of energy. Sorry, I thought I was putting up the Four of Swords that came out here. So, you know how we were talking about. Take some time to rest, Pisces. Rest and gather your energy, okay? And then guide it appropriately to where you need to go. But don't fall in the temptation to, you know, stay in the self-sabotaging energy where you don't do anything. So, what is this card? Oh, the Judgment in reverse. Okay, what else for Pisces? This video is way long, way long. Actually, I want to get some abundance cards. Manifesting dreams. Yes, you are, my dear. Manifesting your dreams. You are. Victory and success is yours. Abundance cards. Employment change. Do the work. Let me tell you this. Don't self-sabotage yourself, Pisces. Do the work. Do the work. Gratitude list. Don't get in this funk, this energy, how, you know, things seem complex. You know, I feel here that the mind right now, you know, kind of swept away, getting swept away. It's easy to not, you know, not feel inspired and not do anything. And then once you look back, you know, all this time has passed by and you didn't do anything, okay? You can very much manifest your dreams. You just need to keep going, okay? With all that creativity and intuition that you have, if you just, from what we've learned throughout this time, to apply the earthly type of qualities, the consistency, okay? The dedication, the balance yourself despite all these different, you know, moon phases and whatnot. Keep your mental, your gratitude list, okay, your vibration up. You're going to manifest your dreams, Pisces. There's victory here if you can maintain balance. And I feel like you've learned a lot. Like you've got this in the bag. Let me tell you, it's not like it isn't going to happen. But, you know, it could depend how fast it happens for you, right? Like, you don't have to put off this enjoyment, this new way of being. You just have to let the transformation happen. Let yourself go through this, okay? There's a lot of good. There's a lot of light coming towards you. And it could feel risky. It could feel scary, Pisces. But be honest with yourself and just let it happen. You know, just let yourself be guided to a new way of being, to the next phase in your life. How teachable are you? These cards. How teachable are you, Pisces? New is coming. Will you be able to take advantage of it, or are you still stuck in an old way of being? The new is here. You know, it's interesting because this brings me to an energy, and the best example that I can portray this to is when people say, if I had $1 million, I'd be rich. No, if you had $1 million and still had the habits that you had when you couldn't keep $10 in your bank account. Sorry, Pisces, I'm telling you, this message doesn't want to get out. I'm gonna have to cut this video like 4 times together. But if you have $1 million and have the same habits when you had $10 in your bank account of not being able to save or not being able to invest or not having the vision, you weren't gonna do anything, right? When there's a new level, okay, and if you're still thinking in the old level, you know, you can't embrace the new because you're still holding on to this big old bag of things that's holding you back. So how teachable are you? I almost want to name this video that. How teachable are you? I feel here that this is essentially what it's going through. There's a new thing in your life that wants to transform. It's here. It's coming. It's transforming. But now it's almost like you're in a sense kind of afraid. I'd go as far as to say that, afraid. There's a lot of self-sabotaging energy by not really doing the work, okay, when it comes to actual work and career, and self-sabotaging energy of not taking the risk to, you know, to follow your dreams, right? You know, so much here, Pisces. How teachable are you? How teachable are you? All right, now I'm really gonna wrap this up with one of these. Pisces. What's happening? What is happening for my Pisces friends? My Pisces friends, what's happening? Pisces. Ah! Pisces, that is way too many. That is way too many, but okay. I mean, 2 flipped over. Rebirth and rejuvenation and affirmation for acceptance. For acceptance. Affirmation for acceptance. It's interesting because this girl has the book in her hands that says fate. It's almost like, you know, there's something that's destined and you've yet to accept. And because you haven't accepted it fully, it's like, you know, you're not doing the work, you know. It's interesting. Affirmation for healing the heart, rebirth and rejuvenation. There's a rebirth and rejuvenation as well here, Pisces. Like something new is here, a new cycle, but there's something that you still need to accept. You could be seeing the numbers 555 a lot, or 222. You could have been having you could have been seeing birds, okay, or cats, Pisces. Something with birds significant, you know, felt like some sort of communication from bird, or seen a really cool bird, or you know, I think the other day I mentioned that I had, you know, 3 little birds watching me while I was dancing around. So there's some change here, and a new way of being needs to be accepted, okay? And you can either go into this new way of being, you know, rebirth, rejuvenated, or you could step into this new thing with all this baggage and therefore not be able to make the most of it. You know, it is a complicated scenario, but don't overcomplicate it in your mind. Let's see these 3 over that just kind of bursted out. Meditation for peace and serenity. I feel a lot of you Pisces do want to take a beach vacation and get some sun. I do. There's rest energy here, right? We got the 4 of Swords as well, rest energy, seasonal harvest, and tears of joy and success. This tears of joy and success, Pisces, I feel like it's almost like you're having to give up your old life in a way for your new one. And it's bittersweet, and it's scary, and it's exciting, but something new is here, right? Your harvest is here. But, you know, are you gonna act on self-love and let yourself have what you've been dreaming about, or are you gonna hinder yourself or self-sabotage yourself in some way? So, Pisces. In regards to employment, okay, that's emotional. In regards to employment, go for it. You got this. Trust me. You can't go wrong. You just have to put in the work. You have to be consistent. Do it. You're going to thank yourself. Do the work. Pisces, I'm going to wrap this up because I'm sure my phone's going to ring again. And yes, I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I will talk to you guys soon. And yeah, hope you guys are well. Bye.